I mean, you take a frustrating loss like that, you got to bounce back mentally, I think, probably before anything and before we start game planning. And then, I mean, our effort on the glass wasn't great at BYU, and going to play a tough Houston team, that was something that we are taking pride in, and it's a focal point.
Yeah, Jayden, it was a lot of times it was the guards that were getting those offenses.
Yeah.
Y'all take that on yourselves, as a challenge?
Yeah, we for sure take that on ourselves. We're not used to teams crashing all five, on the offensive end, so it was a new thing for us, but I feel like that's just something we got to get better at. So, yeah, that's what we emphasize for sure in practice, throughout the whole week so far.
Toughness was one of the things Coach Drew talked about after the game. Obviously, you guys are facing a real tough team tomorrow in Houston, so how do you kind of get your minds right in that in practice, coming off a road trip and trying to get that toughness back in the team after that game? How do y'all adjust that?
Yeah, I mean, I think we had a real uncharacteristic game. I think we are one of the tougher teams in the country. So, I mean, we're looking forward to the matchup. But just getting our minds back right, listen to the coaches, and following the game plan.
Yeah. We try to let the past be in the past, only focus on what we control in the future. So just look ahead, really,
RayJ, there's a lot of tough defenses in the Big 12, but what specifically makes this Houston so tough for so many teams?
I mean, probably their physicality. They're probably one of the more physical teams in the country. I've played them in the past, and they've always been physical and just get after you and just contest everything and try to make life difficult. But I think if you're strong with the ball and, like I said, follow our coach's plans and what we want to do offensively, we'll be all right.
Yeah.
Jayden, what do you see in your age and just,
They have a lot of length, and, they're very physical on the defensive end, very good offensive rebounding team as well. So I feel like we're just going to emphasize, them vocal points and, just try to look ahead and, just take care of the ball, just do things that we control, and just try to be the tougher team at the end of the day. So, yeah.
Do you guys talk at all about opportunity to still standings in the Big 12?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we try to look at that. We talk about that stuff all the time, but we just try to take it one game at a time. So yeah, we don't try to look too ahead. We try to take it one game at a time because every game is a championship game in the Big 12 for real. So yeah.
Ready to go at 11 a.m.
Nah. Juiced up, ready to go at 11.
Yeah,
we're gonna be ready.
Yeah, we're gonna be ready for sure.
Obviously, two of the best backcourts in the Big 12, Houston with Shea and Pryor. Do you guys take that upon yourself as like a personal challenge out there?
Yeah, I think you should. I mean, I think if you find any top guards across the country and they get to play against each other, they're going to look forward to it, and it's a little personal.
Yeah, we're going to make it competitive for sure. It's going to be fun at the end of the day, but it's going to be competitive too. So, yeah.
Thanks, guys.
All right, guys. Thank you, guys.
No problem. Appreciate it.
All right, where do you guys want to start?
How much has defensive rebounding been a focus of practice?
Well, we had the turnovers at Kansas, and that was something we hadn't had all conference. And then the rebounding at BYU, again, normally one of our calling cards, one of our strengths. So everyone on the team's well aware what we got to do and how we got to do it. And hopefully it's a one-game thing.
Did the guards kind of take that on themselves?
Yeah, and BYU deserves a lot of credit for doing a great job being physical, and but it's a different matchup with very few fives, shoot the three and pass like Khalifa, which now takes your big away from the rim, puts your guards underneath, and then they shoot 36, 43s a game, which gives you longer rebounds. It's just a different game, but still a lot of things that we could have done better. And as a coach, I got to prepare them and make sure they're ready. And obviously, I didn't in that game.
Coach, do you have an update on Langston and his availability?
He was day-to-day before BYU, and I'm putting him day-to-day since BYU. I thought he really played well till he and Dave can give you the medical term, I call it tweaked it. But he's progressing, swelling's way down, so tough kid.
Did Did you step on somebody's foot?
I thought he stepped on someone's foot, but he actually didn't.
You never liked going against your former assistants. What is this like going against a former player?
Yeah, that's.
I don't know that you've ever had that.
Yeah, I don't know if we have. LJ helped us win a championship and did a lot of great things here at Baylor. He's having a lot of success at Houston, and we'll hope he does well every game but tomorrow.
What do you see from obviously very good defense?
Yeah, I think their defense leads to their offense, and a lot of turnovers give them transition. Shed's been tremendous all season long, and if it ended today, would be Player of the Year in the Big 12, and is somebody that has been in Kelvin's program, knows exactly what he wants, how he wants it, and then rebounding is something that you know that you're always in for a war whenever you're going against Houston. And Roberts is another guy that has been there for a long time and leads that charge. So. It's a team that, first of all, if you play against Coach Sampson's teams, they never beat themselves. You have to beat them. And then second of all, if you take care of the basketball, you can do well on the glass. Now you give yourself a chance to win the game like that. If you don't, you have no chance.
You guys obviously started really well in that Iowa State game. Some things happened in the second half that makes it go a little haywire, but Iowa State plays a lot like Houston. So are you able to take some of that game plan and put it up against the Cougars tomorrow?
Yeah, I think each team in our league you can take something from. And that's one thing our league does a really good job of is coaches make adjustments, and you can learn a lot from seeing other games and how other teams guard and what they do. At the same time, when you only have a 2-day prep, you can't really change too much of what you do just because you don't have enough time to practice it, and us coaches like to practice what we show in a game.
Coach, earlier this year, you talked about how your team you don't think has played. What is really key in terms of Houston, TCU, Kansas to kind of end the regular season going to March?
Well, first you got to get your team together, and that means Langston back to where he's 100%. And that's if you take out any team's leading scorer in conference, and even if he's day-to-day, that limits what he does in practice. That affects your team. So first it would be get healthy. After getting healthy, really like where we're trending and how we're doing. So we just got to keep improving to that. We've always said we want to be best. We want to win the last game. We want to be best at the end of the year, and however long that is, that's the goal. And with this team, it's been a real blessing and joy because each day they've wanted to get better. They've wanted to improve. Some years you can feel guys antsy for the season end or to move on, or they start looking ahead. And this team stayed in the moment and has big plans for the rest of the year. So, again, in Big 12, it makes it easy when you're playing top 25 teams night in and night out. And those challenges are why the guys are on our team, and they want that opportunity to play in and be a part of big games.
Plus, there's a lot of storylines. You guys going up against LJ, Houston and Baylor for the first time in forever as conference opponents and all that stuff. Do you feel like your team is fairly good at just like blocking out maybe the distractions of everything?
Yeah, I think they're more focused on being a little bit better at some of the things that we weren't good at our last game, and I think that's been our focal point.
When you face off against a guy who's been in your program, does it make it easier to scout him because you've seen him day in, day out of practice, or is it a little harder because he knows your team and what you want to take away so well?
After the game, ask me that question, and I'll let you know. Because players, they always work on certain things, improve certain areas. So what you thought of a player maybe a year ago is different than what you think of him now. but LJ was tremendous for us, and we know he's capable of getting 30 any given night, and we have to do everything we can to make it as tough as possible on him.
Expect the fans to greet him with cheers. Remember that he's still in a Houston jersey at the end of the day.
I'm sure our fans remember LJ.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much.